Dillon Brooks' shenanigans this season made him one of the NBA's most hated players, cost him his job in Memphis, and likely cost him millions of dollars in free agency. But the backlash may have now gone too far. Brooks is still an NBA starter, and love him or hate him, he'll be back to prove it. Making yourself as unpopular as Brooks did this year takes some serious effort. And man, did the Canadian baller ever put in work. Play Canada! Play Canada! Brooks has always been a trash-talking pest, but he took it to another level during the 2022-23 campaign. Most infamously, Brooks needled LeBron James and the Lakers all season. Whether it was getting into a heated confrontation with NFL legend turned LeBron superfan Shannon Sharpe, boasting that the Grizzlies would love to end the Lakers season early, claiming that old man LeBron isn't much of a defensive challenge anymore, or celebrating the fact that poking bears is just what he does. Of course, James and the Lakers then punked the brash Grizzlies in the first round of the playoffs, eliminating Memphis with a 40-point blowout victory to end a series that saw Brooks fined $25,000 for failing to fulfill his media obligations. Among Brooks' complaints with the media, the 27-year-old claimed that the press, and fans like you, had made him out to be a villain, which in turn led the NBA to come down harder on him when he did things like, say, hit LeBron in the groin. The truth is that through his own words and actions, Brooks went out of his way to make himself the villain, cultivating an image that made him more famous than most players of his skill set could ever imagine. But when that reputation started working against him, Brooks suddenly cowered from the media and looked for people to blame rather than facing the music.
Let's see if all that trash talking starts when it's 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. Or talk hit when you're behind score. When you're ahead, it's easy to talk.
Between being a loudmouth off the court and all the technicals and suspensions that cost his team on the court, it's easy to see how Brooks wore out his welcome in Memphis. In addition, it's easy to laugh at reports that he wants a bigger offensive role than the 3-and-D one the Grizzlies tried to pigeonhole him into. After all, if Brooks were worthy of a bigger offensive role, then why has he yet to show that he can even be an efficient third option at best? He's a career 34% three-point shooter who shot just 45% from two-point range and under 33% from deep this season. Among 117 players this year who averaged 10-plus shots a game and appeared in at least 10 games, Brooks ranked 113th in effective field goal percentage.
Is that bad? Is it bad?
But, as is typical in this day and age, the outrage and overcorrection on Brooks has gone too far, despite everything we've noted about him. Contrary to popular belief, and a popular NBA meme, Brooks does not need to learn Chinese, buddy. The 6'7" swingman is one of the league's most valuable defensive players, one of the NBA's best defensive options to throw at the game's biggest and best perimeter stars, whether they be guards or big wings. Brooks defended a team-leading 930 shots this season, according to NBA.com's tracking data. And among the 100 players who defended the most shots league-wide, he ranked 5th in defensive field goal percentage. Among 132 players who logged 2,000 minutes this season, Brooks ranked 20th in 538's defensive Raptor metric, while finishing just ahead of Kawhi Leonard in ESPN's defensive real plus-minus. The eye test, the numbers, and the way he frustrates opposing stars all indicate Brooks is an all-defensive caliber player smack dab in the middle of his prime. Offensive limitations and discipline aside, guys like that tend to get paid, stick around in the NBA, and are always coveted by contenders. Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr. understandably gets most of the credit for Memphis' defensive success, but don't discount how immeasurable Brooks' defensive value has been. Though Desmond Bane is a solid off-ball defender, Brooks is the reason the Grizzlies have survived at the point of attack despite employing Ja Morant. Brooks' presence has meant Morant and Bane don't have to worry about the toughest perimeter assignment. Replacing him won't be as easy as Memphis' quick dismissal of Brooks would have you believe.
Sometimes you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Brooks likely cost himself a chance at a raise this summer, but his current salary of $11.4 million, which is also roughly in line with the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, is probably a good bet for the starting salary on his next contract. 3 to 4 years and somewhere between $30 to $50 million total makes sense. But which teams do? The Cavs need a fifth starter at small forward and might want to shake things up after an embarrassing playoff performance. But Brooks would need to nail down the 3 part of his 3-and-D role to help Cleveland. The high-powered Kings could use a defensive problem solver to help balance things out. The Mavs may not want to take on any more drama, but like Sacramento, another defensive-minded rotation player can't hurt. Ditto for Portland if the Blazers once again try to retool around Dame. Toronto has its own free agents and a coaching search to worry about. But could Masai Ujiri and Brooks' hometown Raptors summon the best out of him? Look, Brooks needs to shoot better, rein in his shot selection, understand his offensive role, and tone down some of the extracurricular stuff if an NBA team is going to get the best version of him. But make no mistake, teams will come calling. And as hard as it is to believe right now, Memphis might be sorry it's not one of them.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.